What it do, H-Town? This is Nick Stevenson, your self-appointed president of Houston Sports Nation. Welcome back to another episode of the Houston Sports Weekend Review. It was another rough week for the Houston Texans as CJ Stroud missed his second consecutive game while being in concussion protocol, which meant once again Case Keenum would be asked to win a game for this team, only this time he'd have to do it versus the number one defense of the Cleveland Browns. Now the Browns defense was good, but Joe Flacco and Amari Cooper could not be stopped. An already injury-plagued Texans defense lost Jonathan Grenard early. Jimmy Ward would injure his quad later, putting him on IR and ending his season. I don't even really have any good highlights for the Texans. There were a few bright spots, like Dameon Pierce finally did something by returning this kickoff for 98 yards and a touchdown. But look, the Browns just kept piling on. The Texans did pick off Flacco twice because, as the saying goes, even a broken clock is right twice a day. I guess if you want some more positive, Davis Mills moved the ball really well in garbage time, throwing a couple of touchdown passes. But he would not be able to will the Texans to another comeback victory, as the final score was 36-22 Browns. You never really got the sense that this game was even that close, but the good news is the Texans are getting CJ Stroud back, and their destiny is still somewhat in their hands. If they can win out these last two games, and the Jags lose to either the Panthers or the Titans, then the Texans will win the AFC South for the seventh time in franchise history. However, they've got to take care of their own business. One loss this weekend, and they are eliminated. CJ is back. Will Anderson Jr. was limited in practice on Friday and is listed as questionable for the game against the Titans. We shall see. It was another rough week for the Houston Rockets, as well as potent offenses keep giving them trouble despite their improvements on defense. This week, Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers, Eric Gordon of the Phoenix Suns, and Tyrese Maxey of the 76ers cooked the Rockets. Halliburton had 33 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. He hit 7 3-pointers on 13 attempts as the Pacers beat the Rockets 123-117 in a game that was winnable, but saw the Rockets have trouble getting stops and scores in crunch time again. Eric Gordon, the former sixth man of the year for the Rockets, was the man of the night for the Suns. Coming back to bite the hand that once fed him, he had 27 points on 10 of 15 shooting. He also hit 7 threes, had 3 blocks, a partridge in a pear tree. This man ate like he was back at his mama's house. Perhaps it was a bit of a revenge game, as it wasn't all warm and fuzzy feelings when he left. Either way, the Rockets got blown out 129-113. Tyrese Maxey had 42 points on 26 shots, and he went to the free throw line 15 times and made 14 of them. The Rockets outshot the 76ers from the field and from three, and they out-rebounded them. But ultimately, once again, it came down to the free throw line and getting stops in crunch time, which they have been struggling with. They gave up over 120 points for the 7th time in the last 8 games and lose 131-127. No one wants to turn the page on the month of December more than Jalen Green. There's no way to sugarcoat it. He's been awful. He's averaging 14.9 points, 4.4 rebounds, 2.9 assists on an abysmal 37.2% shooting, 32.1% from three. Now look, I still believe that this kid has the talent to be a very good player for this team, but right now he's not even playing in the fourth quarter. So clearly Ime Udoka doesn't even trust him. So what we're hoping as a Houston Sports Nation is that a new year brings a new Jalen. Once again, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Houston Sports Weekend Review. Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're just about at 50. Once we get there, we'll be able to live stream. And don't forget, the Houston Sports State of the Union podcast drops in February. You don't want to miss it. Hit that notification bell. We'll see you next week.